What if feeling lost is exactly where we're meant to be? Some days making art feels like breathing, other days it feels, well, impossible. About a year ago I went on an adventure, not knowing it would become a pivotal moment, a mirror of where I am right now, searching, questioning, and learning how to move through the barriers. And maybe that's the real question. How do we keep creating when progress feels impossible? Sometimes I just have weeks where things do not go to plan. And because I'm now sharing everything with you in real time, that means you get to come on this not so linear journey with me. Let me bring you up to speed. So parcels A, B and C didn't arrive on schedule, leaving construction and development totally on pause. A new project came in that required my attention, which left no room for changing path or pivoting in any way. And lastly, this pause in progress made me question my initial concept entirely. Oh, the artistic joys. When I'm caught between lack of time, lack of process, and the inevitable waves of doubt start to creep in, I know I need to take a step back, remove myself from that internal monologue and divert my energy into something else. But what to do when progress feels impossible? That's why I came back to this footage today. It's been sitting here for months, raw, unedited, dormant. When I filmed it, I thought I was just documenting a moment, but now looking back, I realised it was giving me perhaps a lesson I didn't know I needed. That stillness has its place, that slowing down isn't falling behind, it's part of moving forward. The restriction in creativity this week has got me thinking a lot about why we make art in the first place. Not the reason we post or share or sell it, but the private reason, the quiet reason. When I strip everything else away, deadlines, algorithms, expectation, what's left is something so simple, so instinctive. The pull to create, to make something that didn't exist before, to understand myself and the world a little better through process. But the truth is that pull isn't always loud. Sometimes it goes quiet, it ebbs and flows, the inspiration dips, the doubt grows louder, and the art and the work feels heavier than it should. Life happens, distractions happen. That's when burnout can sneak in quietly, almost invisibly. We think we can push through it, force it, but I've learned that making good work, honest work, vulnerable work, doesn't always happen under pressure in the same way other things do. It happens when we give ourselves permission to step back, breathe, and let the next idea arrive in its own time. This footage from the Maldives reminds me of that. I thought I came here to escape, to clear my head before the next big project, but instead I realised something deeper. Creativity doesn't always come from constant motion. Sometimes it comes from stillness, from noticing the details, the sound of the water on the rocks, the way the light bends on the horizon, the rhythm of your own breath when you finally slow down. Those are the moments I carry back with me into the studio. The fragments that slowly build into an idea, into a portrait, into something that feels whole, that makes me feel whole. I've started to believe that feeling stuck isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of change. We want art to feel maybe effortless, but the truth is making something meaningful takes all of me, all of us, my energy, my questions, my discomfort, even my mistakes, especially my mistakes. And the hard parts, the weeks where nothing seems to work, where everything goes wrong. I honestly think that's where the growth happens, quietly, invisibly, underneath everything we think we know. So maybe if you're in that place like me right now, stuck, doubting, waiting for progress, waiting for things to let up, I want you to know you're not behind. In fact, there is no deadline, there is no race. The pause doesn't mean you're failing or that there's no progress. The pause is part of it. And maybe the more we can trust that, the more space we give ourselves to make the work we always dreamed of making. This week's studio journal certainly wasn't what I was anticipating, but then again I think no 2 weeks are the same and nothing ever really is what I'm anticipating, and maybe when I lean into that, that's the beauty of being able to have a fine art practice. But next week in studio journal number 4, we will certainly be returning back to the studio, back to my new artwork now that everything has arrived, and we'll be able to really get into the nitty-gritty of pre and post production of this artwork. So I really hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I really am so passionate about sharing everything I can so that it's hopefully helpful to you and your creative process and career, and just building a family and community over here. So I hope to see you next week in studio journal number 4. Bye!